ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I've not made a video for quite some time now. As you know, Uber rates have been pretty poor lately, and it's been fairly quiet a lot of the time. So I thought, right, well, we'll show real life what it's like to be an Uber driver. So last week I said to myself, I said, right, we'll set aside Monday morning. We'll do a video, and we'll do from 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. and we'll see what we've made in that time. Okay, so yeah, so it started off quite busy. Jobs popping up straight away, some pathetic offers, to be fair. So obviously we just hit the decline button. We're not interested in any nonsense like that being sent to us. Waited for quite a while, then we get some nice juicy jobs coming through. So we took these, well, they're non-surge jobs, but they're actually paying quite good rates, actually similar to a surge job. So it's a bit weird really how sometimes they'll say it's a surge job, but it's not actually that much more. So we did them, usual stuff, people going to work, and as you know, on a Monday morning everybody gets up a bit later, or decides to take an Uber because they don't want to be stood out in the cold waiting for a bus or what have you. So it's been more or less non-stop till just a little bit after 9 o'clock when I dropped my last passenger off. Saw a bit of surge coming on about 7 a.m. So once that comes on, obviously you've got to really cherry pick. So we had, I think it was like 12 jobs come up. I declined them, and then I waited, and the 13th job, unlucky for some but not for me, came through. Nice juicy surge job, just short of 20 quid, going, I think it was something like 2 miles pick up and 3 miles drop off or something like that. So you know, you can't knock it when you get jobs like that coming through. Then we had a mixture of non-surge and surge jobs coming through, because the screen, it was going red, then it was going, the surge was just disappearing, then coming back like a yo-yo. So yeah, you know, cherry picked every job. I think I must have declined a good 30 jobs in total this morning in 3 hours, and obviously just picked the ones which make sense, because as you know, lately Uber have been sending some jobs through which are just basically rubbish. You know, pathetic offers like, so I don't know what should I say, you might have a job that's, say, 12 miles total or something, and they're paying, you want to pay you like 5-6 quid. So you know, you're not going to entertain that rubbish. You're just going to laugh at it and then press decline. So what did we finish on then? So I dropped my last passenger off just a little bit after 9 o'clock. So we got stuck in a bit of traffic. So between 6 a.m. and just after 9 a.m. we've done £88.35, which is pretty good really for a Monday morning. And how much fuel did we use? So I've worked out how much my vehicle costs per mile, and so the fuel we've used for that is quite low. It's £4.32, so that's not bad at all. We've got a good profit margin on these trips this morning. So yeah, so I mean, most of the jobs I accept are usually like the shorter ones, because obviously there's more profit in doing more jobs but the shorter jobs than the longer jobs, which might take you to an area where you're going to be waiting quite a while to get a job, or taking you somewhere where it's very unlikely you're going to get a job for an extremely long period of time. So then you might end up having to drive back to where you've come from, which is then eating into your profits, using more fuel. So to me, the big jobs aren't worth it. I'm typically looking at jobs which are no more than 5-6 miles total, and I always look for jobs which are coming. So we worked Wakefield this morning, West Yorkshire, so I will always look for jobs coming from outside the centre of Wakefield, coming in towards the centre. So you've got jobs like going to like the hospital, bus station, train stations, all the factories, warehouses and stuff up on the industrial estates, stuff like that. So you know, it's more profitable when you do it like that, because you're getting paid to go pick the passenger up, bring them back into the centre, and then once you've dropped off, you're highly likely to get another job, which will then be somebody from outside coming back into the centre. So you've got to sort of play it like that. So anyway, we'll just put the screenshot up there so you can see for yourselves. So we'll just put it up there now, what we did and how many trips it was. There we are, so you see it there for yourself. So it's £88.35, and we've done 11 trips. All customers well behaved, no issues. Have a bit of banter with the customers. Quite a lot of customers in this area, customers I've picked up before. So, you know, unless you do something really silly, you know you're guaranteed a 5-star with a lot of my customers. So it helps keep your rating quite high. But what was I going to say now? Yeah, that was it as well. So we've got Uber Teens coming along soon. So I don't know what other drivers think about it. Obviously, that's where with get the permission of the parents or guardians, I think it's 13 to 17-year-olds will be allowed to open an Uber Teen account. So they'll come through as an Uber Teen job. Drivers have to meet a minimum criteria, what Uber set out for that. I've had an invitation to it, but I'm not interested in it, to be honest. You know, Uber did exclude under 18s unless accompanied by an adult for a reason in the first place. So obviously, you know, for me, I should say it's just my opinion. I won't be doing any Uber Teen trips. I don't do any Uber Pet trips. I just do Uber X and Uber Comfort. And who was it? Oh, Driver Matty. Big shout out to Driver Matty. You're a good lad, you are. He mentioned in his area, Liverpool, I think they're starting the Uber X share. So that's where obviously it's like an Uber X trip, but you're going to have another stop and to pick another passenger up. It's not, you know, it doesn't know the first passenger. So it's two strangers getting in your car. Problem with that is I don't think they're going to pay us any much more for it, and you know, it could cause problems. You know, say for instance you're going to drop one passenger off for the Leeds United match, and then you get a stop on Uber X Share to pick another passenger up, and that other passenger happens to be a supporter of the other team. So you know, you could see which way that could go. Obviously, you know, you're mixing them two together, they're not going to get on, are they? So I think it's just not worth it, to be honest. I mean, you can see why they're doing it. They're doing it because they make more money out of it. So they can charge both rider I think they save like 20% or something like that. So they're using that car to go from A to B, but you're picking another passenger up on the way. So whereas they might make X amount of profits from you driving that one passenger to drop off at the football, they're now taking two lots of money, and the car's just going the same way anyway. So it benefits Uber. It doesn't really benefit the driver at all. It's similar to like Uber Eats. You know, if you get a job coming through and it's to pick up, say, 2 McDonald's, and then you're taking one to one and then one to another, they're only going to pay you absolutely just a little bit more, and it's not worth it. Just not worth it, in my opinion. But obviously, they're ever creative, new ways, you know, of doing things. But no, it's not for me. I mean, you can put in the comments what your views are on it. But Uber Teen, I'm out. Uber Pet, I'm out anyway. I never done that anyway. And if Uber X Share comes to this area, I won't be doing that either. And cash trips is not available in our area, but that's not for me either. You know, there was a reason Uber decided not to take cash in the first place. So obviously we're going to stick with that. Security risk as well. You don't want to be faffing about, coppering up, giving change out and stuff like that, and carrying cash in your vehicle. It makes your vehicle a target as well. So not for me. But yeah, so not a bad morning. So I've just had a bit of a break now, and I'm going to log back on probably about 10 o'clock, and we'll see if there's any passenger jobs going. If not, I'll probably do a bit of Just Eat and Uber Eats just to keep the money coming in, and hopefully we'll finish on a good figure. So we're just going to do probably about another 3 hours work. So I'll probably go back on at 10 o'clock, finish about 1 o'clock. So that'll be nice, 6 hours done for the day. go home, have a rest, put my feet up and what have you. Now we've got heavy snow forecast, possibly later on tonight, overnight, and maybe into early morning. So it might be that I'm not actually going out tomorrow. Obviously I'm going to lose money if I don't go out, if I think the snow's too bad. But obviously we've had a good start today. Saturday was quite good as well. So actually we've got enough, a bit of slack there to actually have a day off, and it won't really impact things too much, you know. So yeah. Another thing as well is any other drivers noticing a lot more jobs, well, what I'm seeing anyway, are coming through on Trip Radar rather than exclusive pings. And as you know, if a Trip Radar job comes on and you're not interested, if you press the cross in the top right hand corner, it shouldn't offer you it back as an exclusive. But if you just let it flash up and then it disappears, it can come back as an exclusive, which will affect your acceptance rate. But obviously I'm not bothered about acceptance rate. It means nothing really to me. It's just a number. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot more jobs coming straight onto Trip Radar, which obviously is a tool that Uber use to obviously get jobs done a lot cheaper, and when it's busy as well, they use Trip Radar to try and reduce the surge there. And speaking of surge as well, another tool what Uber use to try and limit the surge is they offer the UberX Priority, where you get paid just a little bit more. The passenger pays a bit more, so you're getting slightly increased rate, but it's obviously works out cheaper, I think, for Uber to get you to do a priority job than a surge job. But anyway, that's just another tool what they use, and I'm sure as time goes on, there's going to be more and more changes coming along. I mean, there's been quite a few changes in the app. I mean, I don't know if you've got it in your menu now, but if you go to the preferences menu in the app, there's actually the pin, where you're required to, the passenger has to give you a pin. So you've got it set on all rides, so you can't start your ride until the passenger's given you a pin, which I've got set to on. The pin verification, it just makes sure you've got the right passenger in, because I mean, it's over 7,600 trips I think I've done. I've only ever had 2 occasions where I've briefly got the wrong passenger, but we've managed to sort it. But this lets you be 100% sure, whichever account the trip's booked with, that pin goes with that account. So I'll just put a screenshot just up, probably two screenshots up on here, just so you can see whereabouts in, what it looks like if you need to enable it. Here we go. I'll just put it up now. There we go. So as you can see, it's the options in there, but I've heard of some other drivers, they haven't actually got the option. So I'm running the Uber Passenger app on Android, and I run Uber Eats, Just Eat, and all the other apps on an iPhone. So it might just be a setting they've just added to the Android app at the moment. So yeah, I mean, it is actually a good thing, to be fair play to Uber. Verification, it just makes things a bit more secure. Another thing, in America, they've got verified riders. So what that is, they actually check that the rider registered on the account is who they say they are, against I don't know if it's like the similar thing to like what would be our electoral roll and stuff like that. So the identity of that person is actually verified. So hopefully that might be making its way across the channel from the States to here. But I think that sort of like wraps it up now. So we'll catch you on another video, and don't forget to click like and subscribe. Okay, till next time, we'll see you later.